Hello everybody, Bogdan Kopil, the EdTech coach here, and in this video I will show you how easy it is to sign into Chrome, and I will also explain why it's a really good idea and why I strongly recommend you to actually sign into Chrome. Let's start with the why first of all. So when you sign into Chrome, basically what you do is you tell Chrome, hey, I want to sync my data from this device with my Gmail account. And when I mean data, I mean your history, I mean the bookmarks, I mean your saved passwords, I mean your extensions that you might have used with Google Chrome. Now, the next time you use your Gmail account and you sign in on a different device in Chrome, all of these things will be synced across the devices. So what that means is that if you work on something, let's say at work, and you save some sites on your bookmarks, on your personal Gmail, when you get home, you'll find them right there waiting for you in the bookmarks folder when you get on your home device. Why? Because you've synced your data across the devices and everything is synced through the cloud. So that's one reason for actually signing into Chrome. The second reason is you're actually personalizing your Chrome experience. So as I said, you're not syncing only the bookmarks and the history, but you're also syncing the extensions. So for example, on your personal Gmail, you might have some extensions that you use. On your work Gmail or your school Gmail, you will need different extensions. And it's a good idea to keep them separate so that they don't consume resources from your computer and you use them when you need them. The third reason being that you don't want to mix data. So ideally, if you use more than one Gmail account on the same device, you would want to separate the data. So I don't want any school data connected to my personal Gmail, and I don't want the reverse either. So for example, I don't want to open YouTube at school and have suggestions made by YouTube based on what I was watching in the previous evening at home on my personal Gmail. So one easy way to avoid that is to actually separate your accounts and sign in with different accounts in different Chrome instances. Now there's another situation where you would want to do that if, for example, more people share a device. Let's say you have 3 or 4 or more people in the household using the same computer, and they have different Gmail accounts, of course, and you don't want to mix them up. You could actually use this as well. One other thing to keep in mind is that when you have when you have more than one account on a computer in the same browser, in the same Chrome browser, this is also something that can happen quite often, and this is something that I've seen quite a lot during my training sessions. So, for example, in this particular browser, Chrome browser, I have 2 different Gmail accounts that are logged in. So I have Cleopatra and I also have Harry Potter, right? So these are, of course, 2 demo accounts, but the main idea is that I have both of them signed into the same Chrome browser. Now, that's something that I actually don't want to, and I would encourage you to avoid doing that. But this is what I see a lot, and let me show you what can happen, right? So somebody shares a document with Cleopatra, let's say. Cleopatra can open the document and she can actually type in the document. So look at me editing this file. Why? Because the document was shared with her and it was shared with edit rights. The only problem is that Harry is also signed into the same Chrome browser, and if Harry actually tries to access the document, he will get this error. Now, this is where many people are confused, especially when teachers share documents with their students and then students say, hey, I cannot access the document. This is most likely what's happening. They are having more than one Gmail signed into the same Chrome browser instance, and then this is what can happen. So now that I gave you all the reasons for which you should sign into Chrome and separate the accounts, let's go into actually signing into the browser, signing into Chrome. Now, I'll just say this. The first account you sign into Chrome with, make sure you choose the right account. What do I mean by that? Well, let's start from your bookmarks and your extensions, right? So for which of the accounts that you are currently logged in to Chrome, to your Gmail instance, for which one of them would you like to keep them? So for example, if I sign into Chrome with Cleopatra right now, these bookmarks and these extensions will be linked to Cleopatra's email. If I do it on Harry's email, then all of them will be linked to Harry's email. Meaning that if you've used your Gmail a lot at school, for example, I would recommend basically signing in with your school account first and then with the second account. So how do you do that? Once again, first of all, strongly recommend you to sign out of all of your accounts. Choose the one that you actually want to keep. So I would remove Harry in this case. Yes, I will remove it, and then I will sign back to Cleopatra's account, and from here I can easily sign into Chrome. So the next step, right now I've signed into Gmail, I've logged into Gmail. The next step is to sign into Chrome. How do I do that? On your Chrome browser, basically you will see your users right on the top right hand side next to the three dots or the meatballs menu. Click here and you'll have the option to turn on sync. Now remember, when I do this, I'm turning on sync for Cleopatra, and it asks me if I want to link the data that I already have in this Chrome browser, meaning the bookmarks, the extensions, the history and whatnot, or maybe I want to create a new profile. Of course, I would like to keep my bookmarks and the data I already have in the browser, so I will link it. The next step, it will ask me if I actually want to turn on the sync. Yes, I'm in. So what I've done now is that I've linked the bookmarks and all the data that I had on this Chrome browser to Cleopatra's account. Now this is where it gets interesting. Why? Because once I have the first person sync, I can add more users. So go to the same spot, users menu, add, and I can add a second account. In this case, let's say I'm adding an account for Harry. I will want to create a desktop shortcut for this user, or if you don't want to, you can skip that, of course. And now Harry already has a Chrome user. Basically that means a Gmail account, and you can just sign in with the proper account. So in this case, I will sign in with Harry's account, and once again, this is a dummy account, so I'm using them just as examples for the trainings. And once again, in this case, you'll see that it will ask me to link my data. It's a new account I'm adding to this browser, so there isn't really any data to link from the browser, but if I would have had something saved in the cloud, it would sync it with this particular browser. So what have I done so far? Right now, basically what I've managed to do is to have both Cleopatra and Harry Potter on the same device, and both of them are running in parallel. So you see that my Chrome browsers have even their icons. I have two different Chrome instances, and I can actually toggle between them back and forth. Even more, I can add more users than that. So I will add my teacher account as a demo, and in this case I want to show you what happens when I'm adding an account for which I've already installed some extensions and I already have some saved data, and I've done that on a different device previously. So I log in with my teacher account, Mr. Copil teacher at edtech.coach, and what you'll notice is that the moment I sign into Chrome, my extensions will be synced. So I will link the data, and the moment I link the data and I turn on sync, you'll notice that I'll have first of all the bookmarks synced, and then I'll have the extensions added. So I have my Share to Classroom, I have my Bitmoji, I have my Google Translate extension. Why do I have them? Because as I said, I already had installed them on a different Chrome instance when I synced my data with my Gmail account. Now, at this stage, I have three different users, Cleopatra, Harry, and my teacher account. I can use them in different ways at the same time for different purposes. I don't have to worry about data being exchanged between them. I don't have to worry about extensions being mixed up. So on Cleopatra's account, she can Pinterest all she wants, she can buy from Amazon all she wants, but on my teacher account, I will use the extensions that I need for teaching. So this is it. Once again, I strongly recommend you to sign into Chrome and to separate your users. Make sure that when you're in your Gmail interface, for example, you have only one signed in user here. You'll have the same only one signed in user here. And for Harry, it would be the same. If I go to Gmail, I will have only one signed in user here. Now, the other advantage for signing into Chrome is that you'll be signed in across the board for all the Google apps. So once you sign into Chrome and you turn on sync, you will not have to log in again for Gmail, Drive, or all the other Google apps. You will be just able to use them straight away. So this is it. I hope the tutorial was useful. Let me know if you have any questions. And of course, if you have people that you think might find this video useful, share it with them. Let them know and show them how to actually sign into Chrome and turn on sync. Until next time, Wishing you a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and see you soon.